Well, hello. I see you've made it. Your ancestors have told me so much about you in preparation for your homecoming. We all thought we'd have more time to prepare, but it doesn't matter. We all return to the garden eventually, and in our own time. Would you like to meet them? We can start with the eldest, the prehistoric kinfolk that laid the foundation for your lineage. Their spirits are old, and their names are forgotten, but the essence of their being remains tethered to the land. Time has a way of dimming the details, but even eternity could not erase the legacy of the dead completely, especially not when one of their own passes through. Come, child. Your family awaits. Well then, Grey doesn't always come to greet new souls. You must have been a true friend to animals for them to wish to guide you home. Consider your path forward blessed.
She knew they would give her no quarter when she refused to bend the knee. She was too dangerous to leave to her own devices, with her knowledge of herbs and lore. Her loyalty was to her people, yes, and to her land, to be certain, but primarily it was to the one thing she trusted more than anything else: herself. Had she the strength, she would have plucked the dolmens from their fields to pave the way for you.
She gave most of her life to others, in spirit and body. Though some of her children lived, most did not, and she buried them with her own two hands under the same stars beneath which they were born. The world wanted to dull her spirit against the grindstone of tragedy, but while her gods may have been uncaring, she refused to follow suit. Her response to the pain was always simply to love harder. In you, she saw a future for all her kin.
Their childhood was normal until it suddenly was not. They called them a changeling, a malicious fae, for expressing a view of the world their kin could not understand. They cast them out before their 13th year, condemning them to the wilderness, but they refused to concede, refused to die, as those who had shunned them assumed they would. They survived, through sheer force of will, until the bitter winter finally took them. And yet, in their last moments, they could only think of how beautiful their homeland was. They wept at the news of your death, for they, more than most, understand the path that brought you here.
As a hunter, he was not the best, but he was not the worst either. He gave his all, and he gave it consistently. To the hunt, to the kill, to the final act of delivering the meat for others to make into a meal. For him, it was not about the taking of life, but giving life to others. Existence was an intimate thing to be met with joy and bare hands. And when he died in the forest, he went down singing. Your spirit, he told me, sings much the same.
He chose the stone that would be his companion in death. It was cool to the touch, but not cold. He remembers this because that winter had been bitter and wet, and he knew he wouldn't see another. But the stone was a comfort, knowing it would stand vigil while he could not. Something of him must remain to protect those he left behind. He smiled when you were born, for he knew you would carry this stone with honor.
Remember the deep familiarity you felt, hearing rainfall against the rocks, the comfort of forest and fields, the whispering of wind through the trees around you. That tug on your soul reaches back through the ages. It is ancient, and it was born in this place. Every moment of your life, this was with you, a part of you. And that part of you has always known that this is where you came from. The gate is open. There's so much more for you to see. Step through.